What's up, guys? This is Alex, your coach of the Toronto Raptors, here with my team builder for Week 9 against the Birmingham Rotoms. We'll just do a quick breakdown on his team, which you can see on the left. He's got Sylveon, probably my favorite fairy type. It can be Cleric, it can be Special Wall, it can be especially offensive with like a Choice Specs or something like that. It gets access to the Spawn Pass, which is a really good priority move in league play.
It's one of the main reasons.
Be an evolution on my team, but all the ones I really wanted got snagged. Next up, he's got the Celebi. Great Pokemon. It could be especially defensive, or it could be a baton passing, or a nasty pass set. So I do have to watch out for that. He's got the Dawn Fan, which is his most reliable form of hazard removal. It also is a really good check to Entei and a good rock setter, so that's a likely bring for him. He's got the Magnezone, which he's probably going to bring. If he does bring it, it's going to be Scarfed in order to take out Beyonce. It could also trap my Registeel, but I do feel like he'll probably run Sturdy to kind of guarantee that he can take out my Mega Diancie if they're full. So it's going to be really important for me to get hazards up early so I can break the Sturdy on Magnezone and take advantage of that with my Mega Diancie. He's got the Articuno. Really not worried about Articuno. I don't think it really does anything to my team, and if it does, I have plenty of ways to handle it. He's got the Mega Lopunny, probably the best Mega.
I was actually going to try and draft Mega Lopunny this season, but decided against it. Fighting normal stab is just great coverage for everything. He can destroy my team with it, so I have to watch out for that. Another mon I wanted this season was Slowbro. Great physical wall, another great check for Entei. So he's got two really good checks for Entei, so I have to play around them. I do think Entei is really important in this match, so I am still bringing him. But he has some good answers for it, so I'm going to have to play smart with my Entei. He's got the Gligar, his other form of hazard removal, but it's dependent on knockoff, and it's 4 times weak to ice. I'm not that worried about Gligar. He's got the Chandelure. A Scarf Chandelure can wreck my team, so I have to play around that. I have Tentacruel for the Chandelure, so I do need to play around that smart and keep Tentacruel alive and healthy. And then last up, he's got Manectric, a nice fast electric type. I don't have a ground type on my team, so it can really wreck shop on me. So I need to. It can switch around, so it's just another reason for me to get up entry hazards. So I'm going to get into my team real quick. First up, we have Air Canada, the Latias, rocking the Choice Scarf, Shadow Ball, Ice Beam, Psyshock, and Draco Meteor. With this coverage, I hit everything on his team super effective, except for Articuno and Magnezone. And Sylveon, but the Psyshock is going to go around its physical or at special defense, and it's going to do a lot of damage to it. And once I get rid of Sylveon, I can just Draco Meteor freely. Yeah, it doesn't do much to Magnezone, but nothing I have does a lot to Magnezone, so I can kind of force it in and whittle it down. I'm rocking enough speed to outspeed a +1 Haxorus no matter what. Rocking max special attack, 96 in health, just to give me a nice odd number, and then 4 in special defense, so they didn't go wasted. Nothing crazy with this set. Next up, we have Baymax, the Reuniclus. This is our answer for Mega Lopunny, so we're rocking leftovers and Regenerator for the first time this season. Regenerator Reuniclus. Let's go. Max physically defensive. If Mega Lopunny's on the field, this is what I switch into every time. Every time. I can take a fake out, I can take a high jump kick, I can take one return and kill it with Psyshock, and then I can swap out and get most of my health back and stay alive. I'm rocking Psyshock and Shadow Ball because that coverage pretty much hits his entire team super effective, again, except for Magnezone, but I have other answers for it. Calm Mind is for late game. Once some of his mons are willed down, I can start Calm Minding up, and this thing can just tank hits and tear through his team. which is good. And then just the recover for longevity, recover leftovers, regenerator. This thing is going to be healthy the whole game because I need it to be. I need it to be. Next up, we have KY, the Tentacruel. Rocking the Assault Vest this week with Liquid Ooze because of Celebi. He doesn't have any Intimidate Mons, and I don't really care about the 10% chance of things like Psychic, Spadef dropping me, which maybe I should actually, but Assault Vest, Scald, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, and Ice Beam. I've had a few different versions of KY on this team, but I finally, through playtesting, decided that I need to make sure that I outspeed Haxorus. If I can predict the Haxorus to come in, I can go for an Ice Beam, and then I can go for a second Ice Beam and take it out because I outspeeded uninvested Haxorus. That's actually what I've IV'd this thing to outpace. And because of its great speed stat, I can actually outspeed a lot of things on his team. The Donphan, the Sylveon, a Celebi that's not invested, I can outspeed. Slowbro, etc., and I can get off massive damage with one of my moves. Well, not massive damage, but damage. As I said, I'm bringing this thing mostly to stop a Choice Scarf Chandelure. With the Assault Vest and my HP investment, Psychic, which is the best thing Chandelure can hit me with, is still a 3-hit KO. So, wasn't rocking any hazards this week. I don't get recovery, so I figured with the Assault Vest, I can. Originally, I had a lot more Spadef investment, but I figured I could drop it down and run an Assault Vest because I was already running 4 attacks, and then that way I can outspeed Haxorus and be living the hits from Chandelure. So that's my thought process with KY this week. Next up, we have Colossus. The Registeel, rocking kind of a unique set this week. I'm leftovers Clear Body. The only thing on his team that gets low kick is Megalopony, but I doubt he'll run it. Just because High Jump Kick and Drain Punch just do so much more damage, or even Power Up Punch can allow him to get some stats up. Stealth Rock, because I need the hazards. Earthquake and Iron Head for my attacking moves, and then Toxic. And then if you look at my IVs, they're kind of weird. So I'm running enough physical investment that Magnezone, a Choice Scarf Magnezone, will be guaranteed a 2-hit KO. I don't think he's going to leave Magnezone in on me. Maybe if he is the Magnet Pull and he has the HP Fire, he'll try, but I can live the HP Fires. It's not going to do that much to me. Excuse me. Now, I'm running 84 speed investment because that gives me enough to outpace a uninvested Sylveon. Most Sylveon sets don't run speed. I doubt he will anticipate that I've speed crept this thing for it. So I can go faster than Sylveon and maybe get a few flinches with the Iron Head, which will help me take it down, especially if it's especially defensive cleric set with Wish and Baton Pass and stuff like that. And then the rest is just dumped into bulk, max HP, and then the rest into defense. And this is kind of another answer to Lopunny. I can take one attack, but not well. So this is like a last-ditch effort. So I would like to keep Colossus healthy as well throughout this match, but I really need to prioritize Reuniclus staying alive. Next up, we have Mufasa the Entei. Rocking Expert Belt, Sacred Fire, Iron Head, Stone Edge, and Toxic. Again, running enough speed to outspeed a Haxorus. Rest in attack and HP. The Toxic is for the Donphan and Slowbro, or even the Gligar, which are all switch-ins to Entei. And then Sacred Fire is obviously just my stab attack. Iron Head is for the Sylveon. And then Stone Edge is for Chandelure, because as long as Chandelure's around, I can't reliably go for a Sacred Fire. I have to think about it a little bit more. But then once it's gone, I can just Sacred Fire everything. And even though he doesn't have a ton of things that are weak to fire, a Sacred Fire from an Entei is always going to do a lot. So I can tear through his mons once that Chandelure is gone. I can Toxic the Donphan and Slowbro, and everything else is just getting Sacred Fired. And then last up, we have Beyonce, the Mega Diancie, rocking Moonblast, Protect, Earth Power, and Rock Polish. I'm not running Diamond Storm this week, even though he's got the Arcanine, because I'm not really worried about it. He's got the Chandelure, but Earth Power also hits it, and then I don't have to worry about my attack stat. Everything else, Earth Power and Moonblast do massive damage to, except for the Sylveon, but everything else is not taking a Moonblast. I'm rocking Rock Polish this week with the idea that if I'm in, I can go for the Rock Polish, outspeed the Magnezone, and if rocks are up, I can just take it out with an Earth Power. Unless it's got a balloon, in which case, whatever. Protected, guarantee my speed. I believe I have enough speed on this thing to outspeed a Haxorus again, uninvested Haxorus. And then once I get a Rock Polish up, I can outspeed everything on his team. So that's kind of the thought process of my team this week. I built this team a few times now, just because I don't really feel I have a good matchup against him. But that's my team. As always, I'd love to hear any suggestions you guys have, because I find team building just keeps getting harder and harder now that everybody knows how to use their team so effectively. And I just kind of feel that mine's a little limited. But that's it for today. Hopefully I'll hear from you guys in the comments, and I will see you on game day. Bye.